What is going on, my Fang gang? Today I'm going to answer a few questions, but before we begin, click subscribe, click like, ask more questions if you want. But we're going to start with channel member and friend Telessia. She asks, can snakes hear us? I don't think they have ears, just wondering if they can hear us. Now, you're right about that. Snakes don't have external ears, they have internal ears, which allows them to feel vibrations. The internal ear structure of a snake is connected to their jawbone, so as they're laying on the ground they can feel vibrations, such as walking. That's a good question. The next one is from Two Wild Boys. Now these are brothers, Luke and Eli, and they make some amazing content. Great young men. Love their stuff and love all they do. But they ask, what's my favorite New World snake, venomous and non-venomous? For this question, the non-venomous, now I know it's technically venomous, but the eastern hognose snake, my all-time favorite. But to be technical, if we're going with all of New World, maybe the rainbow boa. I don't know, it's very tough. Maybe one of the milk snakes or king snakes. It's very tough, but that's a great question. Favorite venomous, and that again is very difficult, but if we're going with New World, geez. Eyelash viper. Maybe the canebrake rattlesnake. I don't know. Tough. The next question they had is, what was my first pet snake? My first pet snake was a corn snake. It took a long time before my parents allowed me to keep a snake. I was able to keep lizards, hamsters, turtles, but when I was finally allowed to keep a snake, it was a little albino corn snake. And then the last question they had is, what is the most difficult snake I've worked with? Now for me, I think the most difficult are the large vipers that are defensive. So it's all personality based. So one can be completely laid back, and its brother or sister can be crazy. Well, there's some massive canebrake rattlesnakes I work with that are psychotic, very defensive, and they're the most difficult due to how they can coil up their body. So if you are hooking and tailing, for instance, when they coil up and get in strike position, pulls the hook and everything within strike range, so you got to let go and do the right thing at the right moment. They'll flail around. It's just chaotic. So that's the most difficult in my opinion. Toothless asks, how old is my snake and when is his birthday? Now what Toothless is referring to is Western Diamondback rattlesnake that I have that needed a name, and I named it after Toothless. But to answer the question, a lot of times I just don't know. I don't ask, and if I did hear, I don't even know. The bush vipers, for instance, that I produced, I don't even know how old they are. Now I can find that out because I did document everything back when they were born. But yeah, I'm sorry, Toothless. I don't know how old, I don't know when the birthday is. Now for the most common question I get on all platforms, have I ever been bitten by a venomous snake? No, I haven't. Now in the over 10 years I've worked with them, there's only been one very close call, and that's about it. There's been other times where it's close, but not as close as that one time, and that was due to just being distracted and not paying attention. And yeah, luckily it didn't turn out to a bite. Another question somebody has asked is, am I afraid of ever getting bit? And it's just part of it. Being a human, mistakes are made. If it ever happens, it's always going to be the handler's fault. It's never the animal's fault. If they're defensive and something happens, it's not their fault. So if it does happen, it happens. But I'm not afraid of it. I don't think about it. What I try to do is just to be cautious, not handling during certain times, as in if I'm lack of sleep, if I'm in a bad mood, if I'm just not there mentally. I try not to handle during those times. Now, does that mean I do that every time? No. I've handled with lack of sleep and lots of other situations I probably shouldn't have, but I try to limit that, try to be on my A game. But yeah, thank you all for these questions. And if you want to ask more, go ahead, comment some more. I love answering questions. But I love y'all. Subscribe, click like. Big shout out to my channel members. Now if you'd like to support my channel, consider becoming a channel member. Get early access to videos, exclusive videos, things like that. Love y'all.